Hey people, what's going on? Welcome to Real Tough Talk. Tough Talk.
How is that even possible?
Tough Talk.
Whoa! Stephen J. partner goes,
Show some respect. You did not answer the question.
he's a bad man.
Bad man.
He's a bad. He finally said it.
The slipper's gone. The dress has holes in it. The cart turned into a pumpkin again. So what else you gonna
I
do?
guess this team couldn't cover a twin mattress with a king size sheet.
Lights out season.
Lights out for you. Let's get as quick into the game as possible because I am not staying in this wig longer than I have to.
I want to party. Play it out, bro, while you talking this game.
Hey people, what is going on? What is going on? Thank you for joining us on Real Tough Talk. I'm Stephen J. I'm excited to be here with you. Ghost is here, and we just want to thank y'all for being with us. Just finished Christmas, so you know we're excited to be back. And how did you spend your Christmas? You would say?
Just hanging out with the family. That's pretty much what I said I would do. You know, hanging out with the kids, having fun. You know, spending the time that we have off before the hectic year's over. I mean, the year's over and the hecticness comes back. The regular 9 to 5s and everything. So listen, just staying at home and enjoying myself and taking it easy. That's pretty much all I did.
Me, I got a chance to watch my favorite movie, Christmas Story.
Like
You know
8 times.
Yeah, definitely a good time. Or hopefully I can get a picture. Ghost can get the picture up with me and my pants. Hopefully we have that.
Pants? No, he has the full pajama set.
Yeah.
For a Christmas Story.
Always
I didn't even know that existed.
Always a favorite time for me in the year, man. You shoot your eye out, kids. Classic. But we're going to jump right into the games this week. We're going to talk about the first game, Wolverines versus YMM. Now, this game is going to go one straight half because Wolverines are getting a little late. They have their quarterback. It's amazing the quarterbacks that they have and the chemistry because right now they picked up Ralph. You see here, Ralph play with YMM, help guide YMM to their first chip in UFL. But Ralph is going to get here late. So the guy that's starting for Wolverines is the guy who evidently took Ralph's spot on YMM, which is Nelson. He's going to get the start playing against the quarterback, Corey, who took Nelson's spot on YMM.
Wow.
What a merry-go-round musical chairs of quarterbacks. YMM on the other side, they're trying to turn it around. They ain't like the way they ended the season last year, losing in the second round. They figure that they mean business. They lost in the second round to IOD, who evidently won the championship. They mean business this year. You know, we have a report, the rumor that Javon is leaving YMM to go play with UTF. We got to still confirm that. But that's one of the rumors given. If he does, it'll be a little understandable because he played with UTF.
Yeah.
We're not really going to get into it because we didn't hear it from him. So we're not sure. So we're not going to get into that right now. We'll just have to see how that goes. You know what I mean? Because a lot of my rumors have been wrong.
Very wrong.
So we're going to jump right into the game. We're going to jump into YMM getting the ball. Remember, it's one straight high. Third down, Corey throws a slutty, cutting in the middle for a decent game, picking up the first down. Corey's going to use this season Slutty as an offensive weapon. He's a two-way player. He's already been labeled as an A player, so why not use him in the A-type situations and use him both ways? Good play by Corey to find him. And you're going to have Corey here, throws deep to Josh, wide open in the zone. That's going to be dropped. YMN can't get further, they're going to have to punt. And that's going to be in our first week's not top 10 because that's a big drop. By himself, can't hold on to the ball. You got to make that play. Big drop by the coach, the guy running the team. Big drop by him.
And the thing about it is all the guys was clowning him because he dropped the touchdown pass. The funny thing is they're a little more level-headed about it. They're not killing him. They're just having fun, making sure that he remembers this moment because he's one that likes to talk, but then when he's put in this moment right here, he ends up dropping the ball, literally.
Nelson throws to Josh in the middle, who runs for a decent game. Second round, Nelson gets blitzed and sacked by Puto. This is the guy that I said that they needed. They needed more enforcer in the middle that can shut that middle down, play with power, be able to make plays, and I like this guy. Definitely made a play. A great sack by him there. Third down on 4 rush. Nelson throws a Sam in the middle. High, picked off by Puto, giving it back to YMM. And this is what I like. We just talked about him getting the sack. Now he gets the interception. I seen this guy go from playing loud pack and being a regular player to signing with YMM and being a high intensity impact player, making a great play right here. Great play by him.
One thing about Nelson is this is still not a team that he's used to playing for, so he doesn't have that chemistry properly with the other guys, and because there's pressure coming in, Nelson is known to be inaccurate when pressure's coming in. He has nowhere to go. Because of that, the pass is inaccurate to Sam and at least an interception.
Second down, Corey, blocker from G, runs for a big gain, getting him to the 20-yard line. Fourth down and 4 rush, Curry pumps, shakes to give a fine slut in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. 6-zip, YMM takes the lead. Now this is my thing I want to talk about. First of all, second down, Corey with a big run. G is what they needed. They needed a guy to be a blocker. Remember, a few years ago, the Sign Milk, it was a bust, didn't work after he won block of the year. G's a guy that can block. He can move, he can block, he has size. Corey's comfortable with him, which gives him a big play. And on the following few plays later, he finds Slutty, which I said is a guy he needs to find. He's already labeled as a max player. Gotta find him. Slutty makes this offense pay for not guarding him the right way. He scores a touchdown.
And that's him getting that chemistry and it's paying off in the end. I like this pump move that he catches Pablo with as he rolls to the left. Pablo goes for the pass, thinking that he's gonna be able to make a play on it. He gets some he gets some space, and he finds Slutty with that extra time in the end zone.
Ralph throws a dope in the middle for a decent game, picking up the first down. Then Ralph on 4 rush throws to Sam, cutting in the middle for a few more yards. Ralph got here late. Still does not know this team, but attempting to make plays. Some good throws here. Fourth down, Ralph throws it up in the end zone. Tipped by Nelson. Incomplete, turnover on downs. You can't get here late, not warmed up, cold, and expect to make plays. He does it, they turn over the ball.
And I think most of it is that, like you said, he got here late. He's not really in rhythm properly. And then the fact that he's not really used to playing with these guys. So it's a lot of growing pains all on one drive, and that's what led to the turnover here.
Second down, Corey throws the slant in the gap who runs for a nice gain. Next play, Corey with blocker from G, throws to Ruben on the sideline. Nice block by Slutty. Ruben cuts inside into the end zone for the touchdown. 12-0, YMM. This is why I call Corey Drew Brees of touch football. He can get the ball to anybody. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter your stat line. If you're open, he can find you and make you a weapon. He found Ruben, who tends to have a little problem dropping the ball. Not here. He makes a good catch. Slutty showing not only ability to catch the ball, but to make blocks. Makes a great block here. And Ruben, a guy who needs to step it up to the next level, starts it off now this season with a touchdown.
And this is a guy that was one of the Browns' weapons in the past. We haven't seen that high level of play in a long time from Ruben. Maybe because he hasn't been the go-to receiver from the whatever quarterback is playing on that team. But this is his moment to step up. He makes a great play here. Corey finds him. One thing I gotta say is Corey looks comfortable in the pocket right now.
Yeah.
He has time with G giving him that extra those extra seconds to stay comfortable in the pocket, and that's why they're able to make plays like this happen.
After getting the first down, Ralph throws to Nelson Asano, makes a nice catch, getting him to the 20-yard line. This is a great catch by Nelson. Ralph has to get Nelson involved. This team doesn't have Christian no more. He left and went to 99. Nelson is the next guy, and I love the fact that he is a quarterback. So he knows the windows that needs to be displayed for Ralph, and he does it here and gets his hands on his ball. That is a great catch by Nelson. Great hands on that play. Second down, Ralph scrambles and throw for in the middle for a decent gain, but the Wolverines are going to get called for a hold, which are going to get the credit that they got yards back after the holding penalty. Last time, Ralph gets blitzed by Kaka, throws a Adolfo in the gap, who attempts to pitch it to his other receiver, runs in the end zone. Wolverines is flagged for a forward pitch. What do you think of the play?
I think that was a forward pitch. If you look here, his receiver, his teammate, is a little ahead of him, and as he pitches, the ball moves forward. So the way he's motioning as he pitches the ball, that's a forward lateral. That's a pass, and that is illegal, and that's why the flag was called and the play was called dead there.
That's going to be a turnover on downs, another stop by YMM. Wolverines look uncomfortable.
And they are uncomfortable. They are not in rhythm. Ralph is not connecting with these guys. Nobody's stepping up. It looks like they don't have any life in this half right now. And in these drives right now, they gotta get some spark going. They need a big play, something that can happen on defense, on offense, to get the life back in this team.
Second down, Corey with blocking from G. Throws deep to Bones, one-on-one. Bones with the catch on the defender for a huge game, picking up the first down. And this is why they don't mind Bones going to school, coming back when he can to be the exempt three-game player, because this is what he can do on both sides of the ball. And I'm sorry for the defender, but on that, you got both. Because Bones went upstairs to make this catch. Great catch by Bones.
But it's unfair because if you look at the size advantage from Bones to this guy here, there's no way that you're going to stop this play. Bones steps up, climbs the ladder, and gets that pass. Listen, at the end of the day, you tried, but that's Bones. What do you expect to do?
Corey, with blocking from G, runs to the left in the gap. Nice blocks by Brandon. Nice blocks by Ruben. Corey runs it in for the touchdown. Josh gets the extra point. 20-0, YMM.
And this is what having a lead blocker does for you. When you're able to stay comfortable in the pocket, and then when you have the opportunity to just take off, and then everybody else picks up blocks as well, a quarterback can feel like he can go anywhere. When he's able to roll in the pocket, or when he's able to make runs like this is not something we used to seeing Corey do.
Right.
But he's able to get a score with plays like this. That shows how comfortable he is in this game.
After getting the first down, Ralph throws 2 short passes for a decent game. Last down, Ralph throws it to Nelson, cutting in the back of the end zone. High, incomplete. End of the game, YMM with the win, 20-0.
This is the momentum. This is the tempo that YMM needs to play in every single game. This is the energy that they need to give. At the end of the day, they have a good receiver. They have a great receiver core. They have a quarterback that is now comfortable because he has established lead blocker. The last lead blocker that they had that was successful was Rhino. They lost him a while ago, and now they have G to take up the slack. I think that this team, if they're able to keep this momentum, they can do some damage leading on to the late in the season.
Wolverines lost this game 20-0. Is YMM more talented than them? Yes. This team has been to 2 championships. But they didn't lose because of YMM was the better team and has more talent. They lost because of effort. Wolverines did not show effort. They missed throws. They allowed Corey all day. They didn't send help when Corey was getting blocking. Once Corey ran, they allowed Corey to run wherever he want. They let Slutty and Bones go upstairs to get the ball. They didn't get physical, try to knock him out of bounds, something like that. This team lost based on effort. Now, I like Ralph going for this team. Ralph has to be a leader. Ralph is not really known to be a high guy that's really talkative. He has to lead this team. He has a bunch of young guys who are looking to get better. That's why they wanted to be here. He has to help this team get better. Nelson has to help this team get better. He's definitely a good receiver. Very good quarterback. It's time for these 2 guys to come together and make something happen. They played together on YMM. Nelson needs to be the Wolverines' #1 receiver. But he has to lead these other receivers on how to get open. Can't just be about Nelson. They have a quarterback that can stretch the field, and they got to use him. Defensively, they're not going to have a great defense. It is what it is. We respect the fact that they want to compete, and because they have a quarterback, they are able to compete. But they got to get here on time. They got to make plays if they want to at least put in the effort to beat some teams, because I think they could catch a lot of teams sleeping, but they got to show energy and effort from the beginning to the end. All right, we're going to wrap this one up. YMM with the win over Wolverines, 20-0. We'll be right back. Next game up, YMM has a doubleheader. This game they play Rep City. We just talked about YMM. Rep City's coming off of a loss last week to UTF. UTF beat them 20-0. They played a little bit of musical quarterbacks. This game they're playing with their one and only starting quarterback, which is going to be Tess. Tess got this nod to be the starting quarterback for the rest of the season. And the question is, what do you think of the move?
Right now, I don't know. I'm curious to see what were their other options previously before they decided to go to Test. I was told that, I heard that they had other guys that they were suggesting or thinking about having quarterback for their team. Whatever happened, it didn't pan out, and they're going with Test. Test is a long-time player for this team. is also one of their fill-in quarterbacks from time to time, but he's getting a full-time start here. If this is going to happen, he has to develop his own playing style for this team. All he's been doing before was just filling in. So he's never had an opportunity to set up the offense the way he sees fit. This is his opportunity to show that he can set up the offense that works for him. That's his job now. So if he's going to be the starter, that's the first thing that he has to do. That's what he has to show in this game.
I kind of killed Tess before last week talking about him throwing. I think if he throws, he has to be just the quarterback. Can't play defense, not play two ways, go offensively. Before if he scores, he can figure out an idea for his next strategy. And if he doesn't score, he can figure out his idea for the next strategy. You can't do that if you're in the game. Trust me, I've done it. I've had a quarterback when I coach SYS. I tried it with Mills. It doesn't work. It's hard to have a quarterback that goes both ways because it's hard to strategize because things tend to stay in his head or they don't stay in his head long enough because it's going on defense. Yeah. So I think if he stays at their starter, if this is what he's going to do, it can work, but he has to just be their starting quarterback. We're going to jump right into the game. After a short pass on first down, Tess throws to Rel, cutting in the middle for a nice game. Rel has to be involved. Like I said, he has to be LeBron James for this team if this team wants to win. Way to get him involved early in the game by Tess. Second down, Tess throws the D-boy in the middle to get them to the 7-yard line. 4th and goal, Tess finds Horse in the corner of the end zone for the touchdown. 6-0, Rep City jumps out early.
And I think they caught YMM sleeping with this drive right here. Tess shows that he's able to drive down the field, chopping it up. That's the way that you start up your own strategy in the first drive, showing that even though you just got the start, doesn't mean that you're not confident enough to get through this defense.
First down, Corey with blocking from G. Throws deep to Brandon, who beats Rel in the middle for a big game, picking up the first down. If you look here, Rel hesitates. Brandon is able to get past him. Brandon is the reigning offensive player of the year. You cannot do this if you're Rel. The kid is too talented. He was one of the top guys in touchdown reception last year, and he burns him. But the big thing about this is, once again, G buys Corey time, and Corey's able to make a big play. That's going to take it to the next play. After a few short passes, 4th and goal, with blocking from G, Corey finds Bones in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. 6-6, Wyman strikes right back.
And one thing that you've been hearing very regularly throughout the last 2 games that Wyman have been playing was blocking from G, blocking from G, blocking from G. That's been working for Corey, and that's why he's able to score points, getting another top receiver in Bones involved in this game as well. This is a dangerous team if Corey's able to have that type of time in the pocket.
Second down, Tess throws to Steve-O, cutting in the middle for a decent game to get him to the 47-yard line. 4th down, Tess throws to D-Boy, cutting in the sideline, drop, turnover on downs. D-Boy has to catch this football. He's the loudest guy on the team, one of the hardest workers in the room. Well, you got to put in work here and make this catch. He does it, and they turn over the ball.
And the thing about it, this is uncharacteristic for D-Boy. He's been known throughout the years on this team as one of their main guys. You know, he kind of missed a few years with an injury, but at the end of the day, he's already had the experience that in plays like this should be his bread and butter. That's not good that he's dropping passes here.
Second down, Corey throws deep to Slutty, who has a step on Reen, overthrown, incomplete. 3rd down, Corey throws deep to Bones on the sideline. With Sonny guarding him off target, incomplete, Wyman has to punt. We've seen Corey now trying to stretch the field, but he's not accurate on both plays. They're going to have to punt. 3rd down, Tess is blitzed by Rico, who's blocked by B-Dot. Throws Sorrell wide open the sideline for a nice game, picking up the first down. If you look here, Jeremy and Brandon don't switch in time. Brandon's not a defender. He doesn't play defense. So I'm going at him all day long if I'm Rep City. He's a top offensive player, but the dude does not play defense. Great way for Tess to attack him, and this is what Rel has to do. Good blocking by B-Dot. Next play, Tess on 4 rush, throws the D-boy in the middle for a nice game, getting him to the 20-yard line. I like the fact that Tess had no D-boy, just had a drop, but he's still coming back to him. Great throw by him to get it to D-boy. 3rd down, Tess on 4 rush, trips, regains his balance, and runs for a decent gain to the 10-yard line. The question is, did the ball touch the ground? I don't think he is. It did. If you look, he hooked his arm, turned it. The ball never touched the ground, got up and made a run. What do you think of the play?
And that's a good way for Tess to keep away and stay balanced. The thing about it is, Like you said, he cupped the ball, his hand is clearly underneath the ball, it never touched the ground, and he's able to get some extra yardage, catching Kaka off guard, and is able to extend the play there.
Last play before half with blocker from B-Dot, throws a D-ball in the back of the end zone, knocked away by Brandon, taking us into the half, 6-6, and that's tough. They had to find a way to score because Wyman gets the ball the second half. They had to, they couldn't, they got stopped, taking us into the half, 6-6.
And that's unfortunate because this was a good drive that they had getting into position to score. They just got to finish it out. I don't think that they got close enough that they would have been able to have a better chance of getting the score. But that's a good way to start your offense. Listen, regardless of all the bad things that happen, they're only tied with this team 6-6. It can be a lot worse. And right now, I think that they have a certain rhythm that they have to build on in the next half.
If I'm Corey and YMM, we have to connect on these plays. I want to take shots downfield, then I gotta connect on it. I cannot miss Bones. I cannot miss Slutty if I'm gonna go downfield. And if it's not working, I gotta go underneath and find my offensive player of the year. And Brandon, I gotta get this guy involved. And we still got Rico. There's no reason why with this offense we only score 6 points. That is no way possible. We have to figure out the second half. Second half, Corey, who's blitzed by Sonny, gets picked up by G. Throws deep to a wide open Wesley who runs all the way to the 10-yard line. First down. If you look here, Beaskey's guarding no one, which leaves Wesley wide open, gives him a reads, and Corey finds him.
And the thing about it is, I'm not going to put this all on one person because, yes, was Beaskey guarding nobody on this play? Yes. Was it only his fault? No. Because this defense has been sporadic throughout. And because they don't have no strategy, I don't know if they're playing man, if they're playing zone, because everybody's out of position. And because of that, one guy's going to get caught unawares, and that's why Corey was able to attack and find Wesley wide open down the field.
On the free play, Corey throws a Slutty near the sideline for a decent gain to the 3-yard line. No give, but the penalty is going to be declined. Second and goal, Corey with a short pass to Rico in the front of the end zone for the touchdown. G gets the extra point, 13-6. We cannot be giving up these big plays. We cannot be giving up these penalties. We got to be able to find a way to slow Corey down. We know they got a strong offensive team, but we have to find a way to slow him down. He's on this game so far, he's thrown to 6 different receivers. That's too much. That's too much spread out, and he's killing us with it.
Listen, Corey is doing his job. Not only is he getting Bones the ball, is he looking for Slutty, but now he's getting Wesley involved. And if you have these 2 receivers that are tall and fast, it gives any defense problems. And the fact that that they're able to get so close that they're able to shovel pass it to Rico and let him run it in shows that their offense is moving the ball on this drive and catching the defense sleeping.
Definitely caught him with the shovel pass. First down, Tess throws deep to Rel, who has a step on Slutty. Rel with the catch, runs it to the 3-yard line. Great throw by Tess. And this is Rel being LeBron James. This is what he has to do. He has to take the game over. They don't really have anybody on YMM besides Slutty that can guard him. Santana's not here. Ice is hurt. So I think they have nobody on this defense that can stop Rel besides Slutty. And this is a great matchup here that Rel beats him. He beats their best defender and gets downfield. Great throw by Tess to get it there.
And the thing is, it's more the throw more than Rel getting open. Because, yes, he did have a step, but it was a small step. Slutty was with him. He did have, the edge on that run right there. Hats down to Tess right now because that is a great throw. He puts it where only Rel can get it. That is an impressive throw. If Tess is able to make throws like that on the regular, this offense is going to be on the next level.
First and goal, Tess throws at Beaskey in the corner of the end zone. Beaskey tips it and catches it, just stays in bounds for the touchdown. 13-12, they jump right back in the game.
And that's Beaskey being aware. Like I said before, when their core guys are making plays, making big plays, it's going to spill out and everybody else is going to find their way into the game. Beaskey does that here, getting open in the back of the end zone, balancing the ball and his body and making sure he gets those extra points.
Second down, Corey on full rush, just gets the ball up as he hit by B-Dot, throws deep to Rico, one-on-one with Meech, caught for a big gain in the first down. First of all, let's talk about the throw. He takes a hit. Clean, straight hit by B-Dot. He stays in the pocket to take the hit because he knows the only way he can make the throw, he has to take the hit, and he takes it. I think that got to be a top 5 nominee.
The thing about this play is, if you look at Meech here, Meech is not even, it doesn't even look like he's aware that the ball was thrown. So shouts out to Corey for making this throw, seeing him on the route and taking the hit, throwing it, knowing that your guy is gonna go and get it. Rico goes, make sure that he's aware of where the ball is, catches the ball and make sure he stays in bounds. That's a fully focused play all around for this team.
Corey scrambles on 4 rush. B-Dot dives, misses the tag. Corey throws deep to a wide open Rico on the sideline. If you look here, Mish leaves him at the last second. And Rico makes another big play. Did B-Dot get the sack? What do you think?
This play, if you look here, and we got to slow down. And once we hear that, you're ready to go either way. Slow down the play. B-Dot goes to dive to get Corey. I do not see a tag on this play. It's a hard call to make if it's that close. So it can go either way. B-Dot was completely convinced that he got him. But if you look at this play, that can go either way. There's no way that anybody in their right mind could say that was definitely a tag. Look at it again. There's no way you can say that. What hurts Meach on this play is the play extended for so long that by the time you're looking around for your receiver, sometimes they get loose. So because the play was extended for so long, Rico's able to find his way over.
And that's what makes Rico dangerous, because he runs option routes. Once the quarterback breaks his route for the receiver, Rico's one of the best at running option routes, and usually Corey finds him like he found him here. 3rd down, Corey rolls right, throws to Brandon, cutting in the front of the end zone, off target, picked off by Steve-O, giving it back to Rep City. If you look here, Beaskey rushed in, adding pressure. Corey with a bad throw, big pick by Steve.
And the thing about this is, if Beaskey didn't rush in with the help, this would have been a touchdown pass, because Brandon was open in the cut right here. This is usually what happened last year with Corey and Brandon. Cutting plays like this, Brandon beats his defender, and Corey's able to find him. That extra pressure with Beaskey threw the ball off the pass off just enough that it was off target, and Steve was able to make the play.
2nd down, Test throws the D-boy wide up on the sideline. Nice gain. Jeremy leads him, gets a little physical with him. D-boy absorbs it, and what I like about this is look at the route. D-boy needs to stay up defense. Should not play defense no more. But offensively, the guy can run routes. He's learning to take what the defense gives him. We've seen him do it. I seen him do it in BQFL on Sunday. This guy is making plays. Great play by him there. 3rd down, Test throws the B-Dot on the sideline. Drop. Puto runs through B-Dot, catches the interception, giving it back to YMM. That is a huge pick. That should be a top 5 nominee. We're going to have a few. Great play by him.
And this guy, when he says one of his models on the field is hungry as salt. That's his motto. And he shows it on this play here. Running right through B-Dot. Now, first of all, B-Dot has to make this catch.
Yes.
I don't care what happens on this play. Rep City was arguing about another play.
And we're going to show it. We're going
to show here that Kaka was holding D-Boy in the middle.
Well, we're going to look at it here. You're going to see D-Boy runs. Like I said, D-Boy has been running routes.
Yes.
He runs a double move. Kaka does grab his arm. But if you look at Tess, he's looking left.
Yes.
The ball and everything is going to the left.
Yeah.
So even though there was a quick hole, and guys got to understand, in football, you're going to have holes. You're going to have things that happen too fast that the refs may not call it. B-Dot has to hold this ball.
Definitely.
This is a 1st down. I know I heard Rep City argue that possibly cost them, a big turnover, but that's not what caused them. The hole did not cost them a big turnover. The drop did. B-Dot has to hold that ball. I'm surprised that he drops his big drop, and Puto, great play to get the pick, get the legs down for the turnover.
And the thing about it is he was determined to get it, even if he had to run through B-Dot, and that's exactly what he does. Knowing that B-Dot is off balance, he runs through him, follows through and gets the ball, holds on to it for the great interception.
It's only 13-12. Rep City only down by 1 point when its interception is thrown. Next drive, Corey scrambles with blocking, kills Simon, sacked by Steve-O after getting the first. 2nd down, Corey with a nice throw to Brandon on the sideline for a decent game. 3rd down, with blocking from G and Jeremy. Corey runs on the sideline. Nice game. Rep City calls a timeout. 4th down. Corey throws it up in the end zone. Wesley jumps up, catches it over 2 defenders for the touchdown. Great play by Wesley to go upstairs and make the catch. Great play by him.
And we've seen him do this last year on a play similar to this to end the game. We've seen him do this. This is a guy that does this on a regular. He's a talented receiver that, in my opinion, is underutilized no matter what team he's on. No matter what team he's on, they don't use him to the top of his abilities. That's just my opinion. But this guy is dangerous in the backfield, dangerous in this route, especially when he's one-on-one with certain guys. The thing about this play is, this is a scary vision right here. When you see Slutty and Wesley in the same play going up for the ball against 3 defenders, one or the other is going to get it. There's nothing else you can do on that play. Wesley comes down with it. What an impressive play to end the drive with a touchdown, and Wesley makes it look easy.
And Corey's going to go for 2 because he's going to try to put the game out of reach by going up 9. He's going to throw to Jeremy, cutting in the end zone. Brandon with the catch over his own teammate for the score. They end the game 21-12 with the win over Rep City.
And the thing about this is Brandon made sure that he gets some points in this game. That wasn't to him. If you look at Corey's reaction, because that pass was to Jeremy. Jeremy was already going up to get it, and Brandon just snatches it. You see Corey like, it wasn't me. It was my fault. But Brandon's still his player. Gets the ball, helps them win the game. At the end of the day, I don't think Jeremy's sweating it because his guy got the ball. They win the game by 9. They make it happen later in the game. Even though it was close up until this one drive, Wyman was able to seal the deal for this win. In terms of the way that they played, again, I like the best thing about this game is Corey being protected in the pocket by G. The last 2 games, he's been comfortable. He's been confident. The only times where he made any bad plays was when he was under pressure. The few times he had to roll out when they sent help. Like on that play, Corey puts his body on the line to step up and make that throw to Rico. That's what makes this one of the best plays of the week. That he's able to sacrifice himself to make this play. He could have stepped back and had G block him to give him some extra time. No, he saw something. He steps up and makes that throw to keep the drive going. That's a quarterback right there. And everybody else puts their stamp on this game. Brandon did something in this game. Rico did something in this game. Slutty did something in this game. Wesley did something in this game. You saw some bones in there. You see all these guys stepping up and making something happen for this team. When you have everybody doing a little something in this game, they are a hard team to beat no matter what team faces them.
Rep City's on 2. I'm going to give you some positives and some negatives. Positive. Tess looked good this game. I killed the guy last week because I didn't think he had the ability to really be the starting quarterback. He looked good.
He didn't do anything wrong in this game.
He looked good. Positive. Rel stepped up. Made some big plays. It has to be LeBron to lead this team in order for them to get back top team or make the Final Four like they did. Negative now. 1. Corey had too much time. Too much time. He had so much time that he was throwing bombs to guys. He just was throwing it up. Bombs. He threw 2. He threw 1 to Bones, incomplete. 1 to Slutty, incomplete. 1 to Wesley at Wesley Court. He was just throwing bombs. He had the tallest guys, so he took shots. Can't give Corey that much time. Next thing, Meech is having a bad year. The reigning defensive player of the year is having a bad year. He's out of position playing safety, and when he is making plays, guys are still catching the ball. I don't care if you're there step for step. I don't care if you're there and make a great catch. You're the reigning defensive player in the year. They do not make big catches on you. You shut that down. He looked confused at times. He doesn't look confident at times. He doesn't look aggressive at times, and it's hurting his game. This is the reigning defensive player of the year. Doesn't look the same. 3. They turn over the ball twice in 2 crucial times. 1, they turned it over on the play that Tess, due to D-Boy cutting on 4th down to pick up the first, that he dropped. The next, Tess throws it to B-Dot, drops it, and it's picked off. I know they complain, I spoke to D-Boy, love the dude. Always giving me his emotion, always love. But as far as the game, he felt some calls cost him the game. No. It was close. I showed you the hole by Kaka. He did. He held him for a second, but Tess was already looking to the left. Tess was already making the throw. Tess didn't see a hole. He was already throwing the ball to B-Dot. The drop, first down by D-Boy. The drop, first down by B-Dot, cost him the game. And the fact that this team was able to make big catches. Rico made a big catch over the shoulder that Meach was there, but it was still a great catch by Rico. Wesley made a big catch in the end zone that they threw the ball up that, you know, was able to make a big play. Those are the things that lose you the game. Corey had enough time to do his taxes, go to the car, charge his phone in the car, while he turns on the car and let it run. Go back and get his phone, come back to the huddle, call a play, and still throw the ball. And that's because of G. They better learn to blitz YMM. Send 2 guys, meaning 4 rush, 2 guys. When you blitz, that giver better go. Because G, the things that I said that this team needed to improve on, they did.
Yes.
Right now, Rep City has their quarterback. If Tess is the guy, he put up points. You got blanked last week. He put up points against a tough YMM defense.
And it could have been more if they would have got those 2 first downs.
I seen them argue with each other in the beginning of the game. No need. I seen them get at each other in the middle of the game. No need. You lost this game at the ending of the game. You were in the whole game. Why are you arguing? What are you fighting for? I know Charlie's not really here anymore. It's really Rel and D-Boy. But I'm seeing the same result with the arguing. And that's hurting them.
The thing about it is this team is supposed to be family-oriented.
Correct.
This is one of the things that they say a lot. And again, maybe I'm stretching it, but I'm going to ask these questions because maybe they are valid. Is the whole thing with Charlie not being there no more affecting the way that they're thinking right now or playing?
I don't think it's that.
It's the
I
fact,
think Rel and D-Boy are the perfect
what
ones
else?
to take over the team.
But no. I'm just
That's
throwing
one.
out questions.
Now I'm gonna give you
That's
this.
one.
Okay.
2, is the fact that they saw Hood last week playing with a different team against them affecting them right now?
No, because that's my next one. No,
Okay.
because this team already took gripes on teams saying that their A and B chip don't count. And they still went out there, won them, and still here competing. So you can't tell me the situation with Rel with Hood bothers them that didn't. So that's
but that's something I just want to ask.
I'm
those
giving you
questions.
answers.
No. But listen, I just want to ask those questions to get them out the way,
Right.
So that there's no underlying thing.
Right.
Is this just the same usual thing that Rep City does?
Yes.
That they start off slow, they attack each other, and then they come together later on.
Yes, I think so. But
what's the difference this time?
Rel right now is playing like a superstar. Like I said, he needs to play.
Right out the gate.
Right.
I give him that. That's true.
Meach isn't. Meach is not. And it's hurting them. Let me show you something right now. Let me show you Meach numbers right now. This team is 0-2. Last year, right now, in the first 2 games, Meach has no interceptions, no sacks. Last year, in the first 2 games, he had 1 interception. We had 1 sack, 2 interceptions. That's a difference. He's not playing on the same level that he played last year. And it's hurting his team. He has to get back to the Meach of being the reigning defensive player of the year. Because 2 things is happening. He's not playing confident, and teams are going after him now.
Yep.
He has to turn it around. Because Rel is finally jumping out the gate, playing like a superstar that we said he needed to do. This team does not have a lot of firepower. So they can't afford to go down in a game. Meach has to step it up. And he's not playing his potential that we're used to.
And I think it has to start in the next game. The next game that they come out, Meach has to play at a high level. Whether he's going to do it just on defense or whether he does it on both sides. Because he is actually a 2-way player himself.
Correct.
So he has to find a way to get that spark going that you usually see in Meach. Meach is a person that's also loud, also talkative, also hype.
And you haven't really heard it yet.
You haven't seen him like that. You haven't seen him hype. You haven't seen him loud. You didn't hear him at all. The last 3 games they played. The last 2 games they played, you didn't hear him at all. That's a problem. Because that's not Rep City that they're known for. You know, so with their core guys stepping in and making things known, making their presence felt, it's going to spill out to everybody else. Until then, they're going to struggle like they're doing. Shout out to Tess because he did nothing wrong in this game. If he plays like that, they'll always have a chance in any game that they play in. But they got to make it happen where it counts.
All right, we're going to wrap this one up. YMM with the win over Rep City, 21-12. We're going to go Rep City Falls 0-2. Have to turn it around. I'm not going to pick the panic mode because we've seen this team do it in the past, but we're going to pick the cautious mode. All right, we'll be right back. Real Tough Talk, we'll be right back.